Everything's great, apparently. The headlines tell us the economy is robust. Unemployment is low. The stock market keeps hitting records. Consumer confidence surveys say people are optimistic about the future. Even Beyoncé is doing a Christmas halftime show. By all traditional measurements, we should be thriving. But if you're watching this video, you probably know something feels wrong. Not wrong like the sky is falling wrong. More like you're pretty sure your paycheck used to stretch further. Your savings account feels thinner than it should. You're making more money than your parents did at your age, but somehow you can't afford the life they had. Welcome to the slow erasure of the middle class. Let's talk about what middle class actually means because it's gotten fuzzy. In the 1970s, about 60% of American households were considered middle class. Today, that number is closer to 50%. That's not a collapse. It's a leak. The kind you don't notice until you realize the bucket's half empty. Here's the thing. Wages have gone up. Technically, the median household income has increased over the past few decades. But so has everything else, and not at the same rate. Housing costs have increased roughly 130% since 2000. Healthcare costs? Up about 117%. College tuition has nearly tripled. Even groceries, boring, essential groceries, have climbed 30% in just the last 4 years. Meanwhile, wages have grown maybe 20% when adjusted for inflation over that same stretch. It's like running on a treadmill that keeps speeding up while someone tells you you're making progress because you're technically moving faster. You are. You're just not getting anywhere. The middle class used to mean stable job, modest home, ability to save, occasional vacation, kids go to college without catastrophic debt. Here's where it gets interesting. The people who already owned assets, homes, stocks, rental properties, have done incredibly well. If you bought a house in 2010, congratulations, it's probably worth double or triple what you paid. If you had a retirement account invested in the market, you've watched it grow beautifully. But if you're trying to buy your first home now, you're competing against investment firms, foreign capital, and people who refinanced at 3% and are never selling. The average home price is 7 times the median household income. It used to be 3. This is the divide. Not between rich and poor in the traditional sense. Between people who got in before the door closed and people staring at a locked entrance. And it's not just housing. It's everything that builds wealth. So how is everyone surviving? Debt, credit cards, personal loans, car financing, buy now pay later schemes that didn't exist 10 years ago. We built a bridge made of borrowed money to get from paycheck to paycheck, and we're all just hoping it holds. The average American household carries about $104,000 in debt. That includes mortgages, sure, but also $6,000 in credit card debt. Student loans average $38,000 per borrower. Auto loans are at record highs. This isn't reckless spending. This is people trying to maintain a normal life in an economy that requires you to borrow your way into normalcy. And here's the trap. Debt isn't neutral. It's expensive. Interest payments siphon off money that could have gone as savings or investments. Instead, it goes to banks. Every month, you end up running faster just to stay in place. And if anything goes wrong, job loss, medical emergency, car breakdown, the whole thing collapses. The strangest part? Everything still looks fine. People still go to brunch, still have iPhones, still take trips and post photos and buy things. The visual language of middle-class life is intact, but underneath, the foundation is rotting. Savings rates are near historic lows. Retirement accounts are underfunded. People are working longer, retiring later, and more anxious about money than any generation in recent history. We've learned to perform stability while feeling none of it. It's like living in a house where the walls are perfect, but the floor is sinking. Everything looks right until you notice you're standing at an angle. The middle class isn't disappearing in a dramatic, newsworthy way. It's being erased slowly, subtly, in grocery bills that shock you, in rent increases that force moves, in the quiet realization that your kids probably won't have it better than you did. There's no villain in this story. Just systems that reward people who already have resources and penalize people trying to build them. And the scariest part? Most people don't realize it's happening. They just think they're bad with money, that they're not working hard enough, that they're falling behind because of personal failure. But you're not falling behind. The floor is falling out from under you. And it's happening to millions of people at once in plain sight, while the headlines tell us everything is fine.